Our Police Gazette Supervisor and Attendance, President of the Bare Knuckle Boxing Hall of Fame, Mr. Scott Burke. And now, introducing the participants. First, fighting out of the red corner. Tonight, she wears black with the proud colors of Mexico. Her official weight, 123 pounds. She is a boxing veteran of 14 professional fights. Damas y caballeros, aquí está el retador de Puerto Vallarta, Jalisco, México, Cecilia Flores. And across the ring, her opponent fighting out of the blue corner. Tonight, she wears black. Her official, 125 pounds. As a bare knuckle professional, she is undefeated at 2-0. Ladies and gentlemen, fighting out of Brisbane, Queensland, Australia, here is the reigning and defending undisputed Police Gazette Diamond Bare Knuckle Featherweight Champion of the World, Rowdy Bec Rawlings. And our referee in charge of the action, Bill Clancy.
Que va a defender su título, Bec Rawlings de Brisbane, Australia, contra la retadora de Puerto Vallarta, México.
See the energy of Bec Rawlings bouncing up and down in her corner. Ready to come up to the scratch line. Now you see both fighters towing the line. Our co-main event of the evening, round number one. Black and gold trunks for the champion Bec Rawlings. Black trunks with the tricolor of Mexico for Cecilia Flores. Hands high and tight for Rawlings. Much more open as Flores misses with the tentative right hand. Misses with that right hand over the top. Good slip from Rawlings. Rawlings is really focused in her training on targeting the body. This is her third fight in bare knuckle. Talked in our fighter meeting about learning that she can not just bomb the head. Good right hand from Flores targets the head. Right hand just misses the mark from the champion Bec Rawlings. Good right hand, that was on the jaw. That slowed down Flores. Into the plum and a counter right from Cecilia Flores.
Flores throwing punches, but she's pushing them. She don't have her body behind those shots.
50 seconds remaining, round number one. Flores bleeding heavily out of her right nostril.
And that's Bec's game. She's poised. She's smart.
Very effective champ. High, tight striking guard for Rawlings thus far. Very disciplined striking guard.
She's busted Flores' nose up already with some sharp punching.
Look of complete focus on the face of Bec Rawlings. Combination, nothing getting through. That right hand got through from Flores, and Rawlings answers back.
But the power is different when Bec lands and when Flores lands. It's just different punching power.
Without question. To your point, more arm punches for Cecilia Flores. Rawlings really hipping into her punches. And that's the end of round one. Rawlings complaining the punch was late.
Yeah, 1-2. Beautiful executed 1-2 by Bec Rawlings. She put some pressure on Bec right there, but nothing landed.
Set for round number two. Strong opening round for the champion Bec Rawlings.
You see her hands are high. there's really no openings. That's discouraging also when you're opponent.
Very interesting striking guard there for Cecilia Flores, extending with the elbow. Flores, again, to your point, around one champ, just arming in with those punches.
And that's technique, training. Have to get a teacher to really show her the proper way to put your body behind your shots, to create the power.
Big punches on the entrance from Rawlings and showing good defense. Flores coming through. Big flurry, but those punches are not landing from Flores. The crowd reacting as though they are, but they are not from the pro-Flores crowd. And again, Rawlings complaining she was hit late.
Flores a bloody mess right now, bleeding from the nostrils.
Bleeding heavily from both nostrils is Cecilia Flores. Lands the left hand. Rawlings now turning up the volume. 50 seconds remaining round 2, and time called by Bill Clancy to assess that nose. Sheena Starr coming into the squared circle. Formed under Flores' left eye.
And that little bump on her nose indicates it might be broken. That little bridge, it looks like it's up a little bit now.
Round number 2 resumes. Nothing through that tight striking guard of Rawlings, so disciplined.
And she prided herself in her defense.
Rawlings working off the jab. Unlike MMA, this is not a 360-degree sport. That's the separation. Same rules apply as in MMA to the back of the head. Cannot target the back of the head. Cannot target the nape of the neck, nor the spine. Closing seconds, round number 2. Blood pouring out of the nose of Cecilia Flores. Limited offense from Flores. Rawlings letting go with her hands once more. We're headed to round 3. Determination on the face of the champion, Bec Rawlings. Seeing her fight her way thus far. To round number 3 we go. Nothing decided yet. Rawlings trying to decide it in a hurry here, opening stages of round 3. Unloading. There's the left hand on the counter from Flores.
Yeah, she's determined right now to make something big happen. She's coming out aggressive behind a stiff jab.
But again, you see that push with the left hand of Flores. Just a lot in the arm punches. It's completely different in the force of the punches landed by Rawlings as opposed to those landed by Flores.
Exactly right, and you can see the damage it's doing, the difference in the damage it's doing. Every time Bec hits her, it seems like she busts her up or cuts her.
Day 1 of boxing, champ. Don't punch the target, punch through the target.
Punch through it, that's it.
This Cancun crowd trying to get behind Cecilia Flores, trying to spur her on. Instead, she's being walked down methodically by Bec Rawlings. And all hands behind that walk down for the Australian.
And Flores needs to start being the aggressor, back up if she can. But I just don't think she has the skill or the experience to do that consistently.
Clever little uppercut from Flores, landed but not flush.
Nothing on it, absolutely nothing.
Nearly figures in the eye. Rawlings didn't complain. Flores extending her left hand. Into the clinch. Quick separation from Bill Clancy, keeping this championship fight flowing. Now 30 seconds remaining round 3. Again, Flores leaking blood out of both nostrils. Mouse under her left eye, swelling above her left eye, and a badly swollen upper lip.
This is the pride I was speaking of. I mean, USA versus Mexico, I'm going to say that again. I think if she wasn't here in Mexico, maybe she would have tapped out or quit by now, but her fans are here and she's hanging her flag.
Rawlings on the inside, and that's the end of round 3.
Juncture. I just don't think she's capable with the talent that's in front of her. And, you know, she's stepping to the bare knuckle fighting, and she's fighting the queen of bare knuckle on her first attempt. I think she probably should have took a lesser opponent to work her way up and gain the type of experience she probably need to be more competitive with Bec Rawlings. Everything she landed has been late.
Up to scratch in round number 4. And a fast start from Rawlings to this 4th round. Good stiff jab flush on the nose of Flores.
You got the ref looking very, very closely. I think if Bec put a couple punches together, she might be able to force the stoppage.
Bill Clancy, an excellent boxing referee, one of the best in boxing, and certainly fantastic in bare knuckle as well. What he's starting to look at is how much of a beating can Flores take before I stop it? Because does she have a way back into this fight? She's not going to do it with punches like that on the arms and wrist of Rawlings.
Sometimes you're just in a different class when it comes down to combat sports.
Champ, I started in all of this fun and combat sports as a pro boxing referee in my very early 20s, and I was told by a smart trainer, don't let someone take a beating so they never want to fight again.
No, you're right, because you can ruin a fighter with one lopsided beating like this. You can ruin a fighter. But you see Flores putting her heart out there, man. She's a tough, tough gal.
Full credit to Cecilia Flores. She's completely overmatched right now. She's being dominated by Bec Rawlings, and yet she is fighting on. She is not looking for the exit. She's looking for a way back into this fight. She's just simply not finding it.
That check left hook she's throwing. And it's coming with power now.
She landed with that left hand. Rawlings right back to it with the jab, then the 1-2. Rawlings so poised in there. As good as Rawlings' offense has been, I've been so impressed with her striking defense.
And that's big because you can prevent those cuts. It only takes one, especially with bare knuckle.
Final seconds, round number 4 again. Bill Clancy will no doubt follow Flores into her corner. We are through the opening 8 minutes of this fight. Character building indeed for Cecilia Flores. Into the 5th and final round we go. Hands high and tight, and opening with the jab is the champion from Australia, Bec Rawlings.
And Flores, she's turning southpaw. She's trying to hit her with the overhand left. She set it up a couple times, but Bec is not falling for any tricks tonight.
Rawlings does have slight swelling now under her right eye. Nothing compared to the swelling under the left eye of Cecilia Flores. If this fight were 2 rounds longer and it went that far, I think that left eye would swell completely shut. 125 remaining in this fight, our co-main event of the evening. Bec Rawlings seemingly, barring the unforeseen, on the verge of making her first successful defense of the Police Gazette Diamond Bare Knuckle Women's Featherweight strap, and about to win the currently vacant WBF Latin American Bare Knuckle Women's 125-pound title.
I'm willing to bet your Flores' nose is busted and broken. Broken for sure. It just looked bad. Both eyes are swelling. She's breathing out of her mouth. The blood looked clotted. All signs of a broken nose.
There's horrific swelling as well, not just in that left eye, but in the upper lip on the face of Cecilia Flores.
Look at the clot just sitting there. It's just, wow.
Rawlings has been technical, she's been clinical, and she's been in full control of this fight.
Those arm punches is just not going to do it.
Again, credit the heart of Flores. She's still throwing. Final stages of this fight. Effective cross-arm defense from Bec Rawlings.
Look at Flores. She's finishing on her feet.
To the inside right hand, Flores throwing.
Listen to the crowd. They love it.
That's the end of the fight. And a big smile immediately at the closing bell on the face of Bec Rawlings. Slight swelling under both eyes for Rawlings, otherwise her face clean.
Yeah, she's been in a fight tonight.
Champ, this is really not only what technical bare knuckle boxing looks like, on the other side, it's what heart and character looks like.
Most definitely, most definitely. She stayed in it. She was determined. She could have picked any time to quit between those 5 rounds, but she didn't. And that's going to build character for her. She'll get back to the gym and hopefully become a better bare knuckle fighter. Hopefully we see her back again.
A 45 for the winner, by unanimous decision. And still, the Police Gazette Diamond Featherweight Bare Knuckle World Champion and the new WBF Latin American Bare Knuckle Featherweight Champion, Rowdy